The finale of Stranger Things just came out, and spoiler alert, but Vecna ends up dying. Technically Joyce killed Vecna, but Eleven was the one who defeated Vecna in their duel. Even though the fight was one-on-one, there were multiple factors in the fight that helped Eleven win. From season 4, we always saw Vecna as stronger than Eleven, so it might have surprised a lot of people Eleven was able to defeat him so quickly. Here are the factors that I think contributed to Eleven defeating Vecna in literally under 15 minutes. The Mind Flare was under attack. Vecna was deeply connected to the Mind Flare, and at the same time Eleven was fighting him, the rest of the group were attacking the Mind Flare. Nancy was distracting it by shooting it. Jonathan was using a flamethrower to burn it. Robin was throwing petrol bombs at it. Lucas was using an adapted slingshot coupled with Mike's flare gun were also burning it, and Steve and Dustin were attacking it with spears. Even for a huge monster, this was a lot of damage, and since the Mind Flare weakens to heat, the fire was especially harmful. We know this because of season 2, where Jonathan, Joyce and Mike used heat to get the Mind Flare out of Will. You can clearly see how bad the Mind Flare was being hurt, and even though Vecna didn't show this damage would have affected him too, because they're interlinked. Eleven was stronger this time. The fight was very different from when Eleven and Vecna faced off in season 4. In season 5, Eleven had the element of surprise. She was much stronger than before, and she had been training especially to fight Vecna. We see this in episode 1 of season 5, where she is shown training in preparation for him. It's safe to assume she had been doing this for 18 months since the end of season 4, so she almost would have been at double the strength. The stakes are even higher. Eleven and her friends knew they needed to win, or they were all going to die. They have already gone through years of trauma, and for most of the characters I can imagine they had a lot of built-up anger and trauma towards Vecna. They wanted revenge, but at the same time they wanted to save each other. If you compare this to the battle at Starcourt Morph in season 3, obviously they were much younger there, but they weren't as determined in the fight, I don't think. And you can also make for the argument for in season 5, they're much older, they're more experienced and more determined to win. Vecna was emotionally shaken. From Vecna's perspective, he may have been conflicted internally. Earlier we see him in the cave where he saw his first memory of where he bonded with the Mind Flare, and as evil as he is, there's probably still a traumatized part of him that remembers what had happened to him when he was a child, and he probably isn't as evil as the Mind Flare. Even though Vecna describes him and the Mind Flare as one, ultimately, he did start off as a normal person, and deep down, he might not be 100% bad. He was forced to confront this memory only a short time before the final fight, so emotionally, he may not have been fully invested like Eleven and the others were. Also, knowing Will has seen this memory of him may have made him feel more vulnerable. Will tipped the battle in Eleven's favour. Will is connected to the hive mind and therefore connected to Vecna. This means that the same way Vecna can get into Will's head, Will can also get into Vecna's. We see Will use his connection to control and even physically harm Vecna, turning Vecna's own powers against him. He literally saved Eleven by ripping Vecna's arm off, which led to Eleven giving the final blow. In my opinion, all these things together led to it being a quick victory for Eleven and all her friends. I know there's been a lot of criticism on this final battle and how quick it was, but when you add all these things together, it does make sense logically. Let me know what you think, and thank you for watching.